presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today we're here at Coyote Falls Golf Club in Grand Canyon, Arizona. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on this magnificent course. Frank, what can you tell us about it?
Well, we know the Grand Canyon's been there for many a year, 17 million years to be precise, Rich, but thanks to our design team from EA Sports, we have a brand new venue. Just over 8,600 yards that'll weave its way across and around the canyon. And of course, the penalty for missing fairways here, well, let's just say canyon-rific if you do miss the fairway.
17 million years and 8,000 plus yards. Numbers you don't hear every day in the game of golf. All right, Frank, we are set to tee off here at the first. You need to gather your nerve because this is a drive across the canyon.
It's certainly not for the faint of heart, Rich. Normally there's a soft opening hole on golf courses. Well, there isn't one here. 471 yards from the tee to the middle of the green, and well, that in itself is enough to sort of worry you. You see that rock crop in the distance? Somehow you've got to get that tee shot just left of that without going in the canyon.
And how about the walk across that rickety old bridge?
Well, one day we'll put a cable car through there, but yeah, exactly. Once you've made that tee shot, yeah, then the walk across there, that's got to be at least a couple of hundred yards. And once again, don't look down.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That will be a great look at birdie. Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Just a couple of feet. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, this requires one good, solid shot.
Your driver might be too much, given this altitude, so you just have to lay back a little bit. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
Rub the shamrock. Got away with getting in the bunker there. Even par currently. Do that. Now, this is a daunting tee shot. Long par 5. You can see the arches. Somehow keep the ball either low enough. If you hit one up a little too high, then you will catch the top of the arch.
You want to take it right under it, Frank? This is a really cool looking tee shot, isn't it?
It's very intimidating. And you can hit it either left or right of the rock pile up ahead. Either way will work, but if you hit it down the right, then you're going to have to cut that second shot. This is like hitting down a railway line.
Hard left doesn't look that good to me. Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. So, third shot now for Rory McIlroy. You can't ask for much more than that. About 5 feet away. Beautifully done. locked in on the read and the speed. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
This for par. Did the job right there. It is a relatively short par 4, Colorado River to the left, and the green is, where is it, Frank? I don't see it.
Yeah, right in the corner behind that pile of rocks. As the crow flies, it's probably only 270 yards direct to the green, but most people will play it as a very sharp dogleg right par 4. Now, that doesn't mean you just blaze away, because you can see if you're short of that dogleg, you're going to be blocked out. Too far, you're also going to be blocked out. So you really have to get the distance right off the tee here.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Good-looking shot right here. And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Well, Frank, there is a downhill shot, and then there is this at the par 3 fifth.
Big change in elevation. Drop shot par 3, you would normally say, but the length of the hole, around 230 yards makes that a little bit longer than a drop shot. Very, very daunting view. Little oasis surrounds this green here, as well as those 2 bunkers. Long? Well, you don't want to be long, to state the obvious or the inevitable for some. This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under. Well, Frank, in golf we see shots over bunkers, certainly shots over lakes, water hazards, what have you. But safe to say this is the first time we will have seen a shot over a moving train.
The only hole that really comes close to this, Rich, would be the 17th hole at St Andrews, where you're hitting over the railway sheds. But this is a physically moving railway. Plus the arches to be taken into consideration. Normally, a hole of this length, big advantage to a longer hitter. The longer hitter has to watch out for the top of those arches. If you catch one really good, well, you might just actually catch the arch.
You might need 5 yards this par 5 sixth. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your 3rd shot.
Yeah, well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, well, that certainly sets yourself backwards, so tough up and down.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. He'll take par and move on. Now the par 4 7th hole, and Frank, really an ingenious design.
It is, just to find a fairway around that enormous rock crop. Would have been too expensive to take the crop of rock out, and it would have been just a boring straight ahead par 4. Now you see the bunker behind this green, that really protects a shot going slightly long from going to into the canyon. A lot of different ways to play it. You can play it as a layup, then the second shot across the rock crop, or get a little inventive and try and carve one to the right off the tee. A little ambitious maybe.
How about that bunker behind the green? Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Second shot, good look at the green. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? Do you hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put them going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Three under on the day. Now to the very long par 5 8th hole here at the Canyon. How long, Frank?
Over 700 yards, Rich. I thought it's the Olympic Club at the US Open a couple of years back when they made that par 5 700. I thought that was as long as it could be. No, we can even exceed that. Miss the canyon on the left, avoid the rock wall on the right. Well, I don't know if you can reach it for 2. But these boys, if they push the button down and mash it, you just might be one of the first to do it.
Standing on that tee saying, don't hook it, don't hook it. How about that tee ball? Not just in the fairway, but way down the fairway.
Yeah, a lot of people can hit it long and crooked. Long and straight, that's the hard one to get. That is absolutely in prime position.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Getting set now over the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Ready to round out the front side on this par 4. It is another steep drop here, Frank.
And this hole is enormous. We've blown past the days of 500-yard par 4s, and we're into the high 600-yard markers. And that green all the way down the end just sits out on the top, on the edge of a cliff face. So a good drive essential here, and, well, close your eyes on that second shot. There's plenty of peril in front of you. The rock on the left, there's that bunker that comes down on the left side as well, as that hole starts to narrow up. But the second shot here has to be one of the hardest on the golf course. That's a ginormous tee shot.
This is the second shot at the par 4. This one has a chance to be close. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. 19 feet away.
just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Showing no signs of weakness. That's a good putt right there. Stays at 4 under. Par 4 10th, and what's the setup here, Frank?
A nice little draw would be preferable, Rich, because that's the shape of the hole. You can see the price you pay if you lose it to the right. The wall of rock on the left, you might get the odd lucky bounce. Get it down there somewhere close to the end of that fairway. You're only going to have a short iron in here to a green that very circular in shape, slightly raised. Those 2 bunkers with a good tee shot really shouldn't come into play.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Good swing, good shot yet again. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Good chance here. With that, moves to 5 under par. Here at the par 4 11th, that green tucked back behind the canyon wall, Frank.
Nice tee shot. This hole bends in the opposite direction to 10, slight dogleg to the right, so the canyon is on the left side, and he just, that green so well protected by that little crop of rock that's in front of it and to the side. So a good tee shot there, really, to get a look at that flag. Otherwise, you're going to have to play a blind second shot over the corner of the rock. Very narrow fairway, though.
Well, that is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Now to the par 3 12th, Frank, and obviously there is trouble yet again on the left, and if you miss it to the right, you're not going to be pitching off of a soft piece of grass.
No, you're not. Fortunately, though, this is the shortest of the 4 par 3s here at the golf course. Left, long, in trouble. Fortunately, that bunker might save a few shots from going to what would be an even bigger problem. But at that yardage, there is a chance to make 2. It's not a big target, but anything on the putting surface really is going to give you a birdie opportunity.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Pretty good shot right there. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, think about it as we look at the 13th hole here. How many par 5s have you described in the following way? Canyon to the left, and then you have to hit a shot over the water to the green. Not many.
No, waterfalls left and right. And of course, that lovely oasis is created by the mountains, especially in the wintertime when it snows over. You see this fairway starts to really narrow up, so if you can't reach the par 5 and lay out exactly where you want to place that ball, but if you can reach this par 5 and 2, I don't know if that's a good thing, because that's a daunting second shot, Rich, all the way across that water.
Good looking shot right here. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
And it makes the green in regulation. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. On fire right now. 7 under par. Frank, what's cool about this hole is on that third shot, presumably, I don't think anybody can get home in 2 at about 900 yards, but on that third shot, there's just no 2 ways around it. You have to fly it over the canyon.
Rich, I'm scared of heights. I can't afford to look to the right there. That is a massive drop-off down the side there, and oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it. Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Oh, that's fine.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Oh, that's off the beaten track. That's you got 5 minutes to find it.
He'll need to be strong with this.
Safely on the dance floor.
Just 5 feet left. That is a solid par putt. Down to the par 4 15th, sharp dogleg to the right.
Yeah, sort of wrap around hole. Ideally, aim left. This time we're heading away from the canyon. So it should be a little easier to breathe. But still, another good drive is needed here. Thread it down through there to at least have a look at that green for the second shot. Well protected, this green at a 45-degree angle to the right. Relatively flat hole, but it does serpent its way all the way down till you get to the green.
Well, now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
This is a good-looking shot. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Now 8 under on the day. Now to the par 4 16th hole, and Frank, again, the canyon comes into play. The wildlife is out here. We have the hot air balloons with the gallery gathering in just the most unusual setting I have ever seen.
This is an absolute bizarre hole, really. It just turns around. It's in the shape of a U. And the best view of that green, really, is to drive it all the way down the corner and down the right side. The right side, of course, is the closest to the canyon. There's a lot of wildlife up the top here. Not only that, but this hole also plays uphill. So this is probably the
Asking yourself,
the question.
what in the world am I doing out here? How do we play this? Just enjoy it. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
So third shot now for Rory McIlroy. You cannot hide the flagstick from that man inside of 5 feet. So a tester from 4 feet. Good solid par right there. Now to the 17th, Frank, and obviously a really tight driving area.
I've seen corridors that are wider than this one. The hole's not overly long. That's the positive side of it. But it is, without doubt, incredibly narrow. Now, you can play pinball here because left off that mountain should come back down, and right should also come back down. So we might see a little bit of pinball, but somehow get it in between those two, and it will leave you with a second shot to a green that pitches slightly back towards you.
They'll be happy with that in the fairway, and now a good chance to attack this hole. Chance to get it close here. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. Rich, I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. And now to the finishing hole. Where are we, Frank? Where's the green?
It is down there, that's for sure. Bunkers short and behind. They'll really help you if you misjudge your club selection. Apart from that, there is a green down there. Anything other than that will be a trouble. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That is classy.
That had a chance of going in.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, solid effort today. What's your assessment?
Golf like that can certainly result in wins, that's for sure. But more importantly, the opportunity to get one.